I have the most exciting announcement coming soon, and I'm not going to be sharing it with you today, but I will be in the coming weeks. I have finally been listening to you guys. I have been reading your DMs. I've been connecting with you. I've been listening to what you have been asking for help with. And I feel like my podcast as a whole is really quite focused on the business aspect of the lash industry. And I thrive in it. I love it so much. So a business course will be coming, okay? Business coaching, business course. I am like ironing out the fine details and I'm so excited for it. If there is something in particular that you feel like you need help with, this is your time to speak up for the last time. Well, not the last time, but this is your time to speak up if there is something particular that you want me to help you with. But I just want to be there for you guys. I want to create a course. I want there to be a coaching element to it where we can sit on Zoom and chit chat through your questions and your problems. But if you feel like you struggle with social media, if you want to learn how to make reels, if you want to have beautiful branding, if you want to have a beautiful feed on your Instagram, your social media, you want to have a gorgeous website, you want to be taken professionally and seriously, you want to fill your books, you want to start hitting those big goals financially. This you do not want to miss out on. I have so much to share with you guys. So please, 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 in the bio, in the show notes, there will be a waitlist for this coaching, for this business course. And I really don't want you to miss out on it. There's going to be like a pre-sale price. There's going to be early access for you as my listeners because you guys are my absolute favorite. You're my community. You're my Lash sisters. So I want to make sure you guys get first dibs. So please make sure you put yourself on the wait list. You will be the absolute first to hear about this. I'm so excited about it. So let's get into it. Welcome to LASHY Hour. I'm Lizzie, your host, a retired cocktail waitress now running multiple businesses. My mission is to stop you from playing small and help you build the life that you've been dreaming of by teaching you everything that I've learned. Consider me the Lash sister you never knew you needed. Expect lots of tea spilling and martini shaking on all of the juiciest tips, tricks, and industry secrets. Hey babe, happy Friday. Welcome back to LASHY Hour. If you are new, hello, hi. My name is Lizzie and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I wanted to talk about something fun, a little juicy this week. Last week, I quite literally gave myself the ick because I recorded last week's podcast episode on YouTube in my Halloween costume. I thought it would be funny watching it back and editing myself and editing the podcast episode. I was like, oh my goodness, Lizzie, your hair does not even look good. So I thought this week could be a fun little juicy episode for all of my icks within the lash industry. If you haven't watched or listened to last week's episode about how to be successful like Taylor Swift, maybe you're like, Lizzie, that's too far-fetched. What is the point of listening to that episode? I'm never going to be Taylor Swift. Number one, I don't like your attitude. Number two, I dropped so many nuggets of wisdom in that episode. There is so many takeaways and so many things that you can implement within your business, whether you are a small business, a larger business, that you're a salon with lots of employees, like no matter what your size is with how you are running your business, you can take away at least 3 pieces of nuggets, 3 pieces of information, 3 pieces of wisdom from that last episode. So if you didn't already check that out, make sure you do, whether you listen to your podcast episodes or watch them online. So I literally just went through the rest of the remaining weeks of the year and I just planned out of what I want to talk about each week for the rest of the year. And holy shit, guys, the stuff that I'm going to be going through and the stuff that I'm going to be teaching you is so insane. I feel like these are like paid trainings. It's insane. So if you don't already subscribe to the YouTube or to the podcast, you should absolutely be hitting that button right now. Because like I said, the stuff that I'm going to be covering for the rest of the year, you guys should be paying for this because there is so much knowledge I'm going to be putting in these episodes. But obviously, I won't make you pay for them. This is my community. I love you guys so much. This is what I want to do to support you guys and help you flourish and succeed. So anyway, let's get into today's episode. Like I said, today I want to talk about the icks, what my icks are. I'm gonna go into, juicy client icks too, okay? So, like I said, last week I gave myself the ick. I thought, why not do a whole podcast episode on the things that just make me, in our industry. So let's start. I'm gonna start with the client ones, okay? Let's get like real deep and juicy. Now, listen, I love all of my clients. I really, really do. But there are some things that I don't always love. Number one, I give myself the ick holding this freaking microphone like this. That will be an upgrade soon, I promise you. I'm still like researching what microphone is best, what camera is best, and it's a lot. Like I talked about in my stories on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I feel like you guys sit and watch me and you're like, Lizzie has her shit together. I really don't. I actually don't at all. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's why, like, through my podcast episodes, I always say, like, if you want to succeed and you want your own podcast or you want your own online trainings and you want all these things, like, you can do the same thing because I am nothing special compared to you. We are the same, okay, babe? It's just that I just looked directly into the light. I will buy professional lighting, a tripod, set my phone up and figure out how to do it compared to the person who won't. So if you have that dream of starting the YouTube, girl, use your iPhone. I'm literally using my phone right now, and I'm quite literally using a second phone as a microphone. And I sit here with my laptop with my notes on, ready to chit chat with you guys. So why did it come on this tangent? I can't remember. I think I have ADHD, and that's probably where I streamed off here. I know we're talking about icks today. Oh, because I give myself the ick holding this. Okay, yes. So getting into client icks, like I said, I love my clients. I really, really do. I have 3 things that clients give me the ick about, and most of my clients respect these. So my first one, and I have one client who makes jokes about this, but I see what she's saying. I have a client who drives an hour away to come and see me and come. You know what's funny? Not even her eyelashes. I don't do her lashes. She drives over an hour to come to me for her eyebrows. I also do eyebrow waxing and tinting. If you didn't already know, I actually used to work for, have I ever announced this? I don't care. I used to work for Benefit Cosmetics, and I used to be like one of their brow girls. I learned a lot from them, good and bad. So I offer brow waxes and tints for clients as well. So I literally have a client who drives a whole hour to come and see me. She does my ick, but I love her dearly. Clients that gatekeep you. That's one of my biggest icks because I am such a girl's girl. I will support you in absolutely anything that you want to do. If you were to message me, say, Lizzie, I want to start offering a training for this, or I want to start offering this service, babe, you should do that. Like, I will help you and I will figure it out for you. If you're offering a new service, I'll come if I can and come and get that service done by you. I am such a girl's girl that I support everybody, and I'll share you on my stories, whatever it may be. But when clients gatekeep you, it makes me sad because they are the people who are like, I don't want anyone else's lashes to look this good. I want to look the best. Or the reason that my client gatekeeps me for her brows, which I understand, is because my schedule could sometimes be booked 4 weeks in advance. And right now I'm quite literally booked until I think 4 weeks from now. Like, it's the end of the month that I'm booked fully till. That it is a struggle when I have clients who need to reschedule. I do my best, and I think my clients understand that they need to be flexible because then I will be flexible. So if you are happy to move your availability or your appointment, then I will also do the same for them if anything ever comes up for them. Anyway, my client gatekeeps me because she's like, you're already too busy. You're already too booked. I can't have all of my friends start coming to you for eyebrows because then you won't be able to get me in. So that one makes me laugh, but that's my funny ick to start off the episode. My second ick, big one. Clients that don't wash their lashes. Please. We are in 2023. You should be caring about your eye hygiene. Sometimes I'm like, if you're not washing your lashes, do you not wash your face? Do you not brush your teeth? Do you not, like, it just gives me like icky vibes. It just makes me feel kind of icky. Again, it's just one of those things that I'm a very laid back lash tech. I do not expect you to wash your lashes every day. Some of my clients, again, it's hard because there are those unicorns. I have some clients that truly either will not wear makeup, they don't get really sweaty, their oil production and their sebum in their skin isn't a lot. And I do have those unicorns that like really don't have to wash their lashes. They come in and their lashes just look clean all the time. Their fans are open, their fans are like still in perfect condition. It's the clients that come in that their fans are closed or they're like literally straight and closed. And I'm like, what have you done? You haven't done the hygiene that you need to be doing. That's what you've done. So yeah, client hygiene is one of my icks for sure. Because again, like I said, if you come in and you've got like goop and crusties, no, please no. Again, like if you're someone who you don't have a lot of buildup, sometimes you may only need to wash like twice a week. That's not asking a lot, okay? The ones that come in that have the eye boogers, the morning eye boogers in their eyes still, and they haven't even like cleaned that out for me, really like, ooh, it gets me, okay? And again, like I have clients who will ask me, how are my lashes doing? Like, do I have any buildup on them? And most people wash. Most people understand that like if they see something built up in there, they're gonna clean them. People will see and they do clean, but there are those few clients who really just don't care, okay? Anyway, moving on to my next one. Clients that don't respect my working hours. Listen, I understand that like everyone's availability is different. That is so different. That is like, if my availability does not work with your availability, that is a-okay. Like I cannot be upset with that. For me, it's, if I, like my personal set schedule for my clients is Monday to Wednesday, 9 to 7 p.m., those 3 days. If I have someone asking me to like squeeze them in on a Sunday, nuh-uh, honey, that's my day off. That's the Lord's day. That is my relaxing day. I'm not doing that. If I offer, that is a whole different story. But if I have like new clients that are messaging me to book and they're like, hey, can you take me on a Saturday? And I'm like, no, I don't work Saturdays. And they're like, oh, no Saturdays? No, I just said no Saturdays. I don't work Saturdays, sorry. I do really put my clients first in like everything that I do. And I am someone again who I will go above and beyond. I will squeeze them in on my off days if truly that is like the only possible time. But like I'm not going to change my whole schedule for one client. Like if literally all of my clients turn around and said, Lizzie, Fridays work better for me than Wednesdays do, I would go, okay, that's fine. I'll work Fridays. If that works better for most of you and I can help out like 5 to 10 of my clients, I'll happily do Fridays. But that just doesn't happen. All of my clients that come to me understand my availability and they understand that I have other things on the go and I have other businesses that I run and they really do respect my time. So clients that don't respect my time, give me the ick. Okay. Those are like my 3 short and sweet client icks. Now I think I have like 5 or 6 lash artist icks. And I'm allowed to say these, okay? Because I'm a lash artist as well. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not being bitchy. I just thought it would be funny today. So, number 1, bitching on your stories. It gets me. Oh my goodness. If you have a no-show or if you have a client that like wants their deposit back or they're asking for a refund, please, for the love of baby Jesus, do not go on your stories and vent about it. Don't do it. It makes you look so unprofessional. Like the way that you should be running your business is the way that big businesses run their business. Could you ever imagine like a luxury hotel chain going on their Instagram stories and saying, we just had someone's credit card bounce for their security deposit? Could you imagine being like this? Like, we're a business. How dare they have a crappy credit card bounce on us? They owe us money. You would never, ever, 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 ever see that. You would never. Big businesses, professional businesses, corporations do not ever go and vent on their stories. And that is why we should not be venting on our stories either. I don't care if you're like a solopreneur and you are someone who works out of your home. It doesn't matter. Like, you should be treating your business like a professional business, because then your clients will treat you like a professional business. If you go on your stories and you start venting about somebody who no-showed you that day, or you go on your stories and maybe somebody doesn't want to pay your deposit, whatever it may be, you cannot go on your stories and start bitching about that. Number one, it makes clients feel uncomfortable. It makes people who aren't even your clients feel uncomfortable, turning away potential future clients. There's just like so much wrong about it, so just don't do it. It's a big ick, okay? My next ick, rolling onto the Instagram stories. Raising your prices on your Instagram stories. Don't do it. Please, don't do it. What you are doing is you are making your prices seem unattractive to the people who sit on the sidelines waiting to be your client. The people who sit there who go, I'll get my lashes done by her one day. The day that you raise your prices on your stories, that client who sits there and watches will go, oh my goodness, she just raised her prices. I don't want to go to her anymore then. But if you didn't raise your prices on your stories, then that client would have no idea that you raised your prices, and she would just book with you thinking those are your regular prices. The only people who need to know about your price increases are your current customers, your current clients. Those people should be given either a text message, an email, in person, a brochure, something that is so personal that gets to them and doesn't get to the mass audience. It needs to be direct to the person who is currently paying you, not to the people who don't pay you, okay? Like, it's none of their business. The people who aren't your clients, it is none of their business what you charge or how much you are raising your prices. Because I see it all the time online. Hey, on November 1st, I'm increasing my prices by $10. What if your clients who are your clients, who pay basically your bills for you, who come to you every 2 to 3 weeks, what if they don't go on social media that day? What if they don't go on social media at all and they don't go on Instagram? What if they don't follow you? They will not get that message. And like I said, like Sally, who creeps your stuff all the time, it doesn't matter if she sees your stuff. It matters about Bianca, who is your client, who comes in every 3rd week and pays you and tips you $20. Bianca is the person who you should be having a personal, private conversation with to say, hey, just let you know, prices have increased because of inflation. My cost of products have gone up. My cost of blah, 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 blah have gone up. So I'm just trying to keep up with all of those things. So to balance out my costs, I've just had to raise my prices. Don't apologize. And just, that's it. That literally, that's all you can do. And again, if they don't want to stay on because your prices have gone up, that's their prerogative and not yours. You will have a line of people out there who will happily pay your current prices. The next one on my list today, competitive lash techs and artists. No, I don't like that. Be for the community, for the girlies, for the gals and the girls and the boys. Be for the community. That goes such a long way. Like I talked about last week in the Taylor Swift episode, kindness goes miles. It honestly does. Like, who doesn't like a kind person? You've got some serious issues internally, personally, if you don't like the nice person. If the nice person is making you feel some sort of way that is not positive, you've got some inner demons that you should be looking on of why you get so, triggered. Like, why are you getting triggered by the nice person? You won't get triggered by the nice person. Nice people and people who care about the community, who support other artists in their city, who will happily, let another artist buy a bottle of glue off them if they're running short, or comments on their posts on social media, or who will, share, or like if you get new clients and you don't have room for new clients, that you can send them to other lash artists. Like, people who do that will always be winning, always be winning. The people who are like secretive and competitive and don't want to support each other, Trust me, your success ends at a certain distance, okay? Like there's only so far that you can get before everybody else who is kind, who values community, will just literally soar right past you. You will be left in the dust. So think about that. If you are that person, why? Why do you value competitiveness? I'm a competitive person, okay? But I also believe in like a team, and I believe that for one person to rise, we all need to rise together, especially when it comes to the lash industry. I feel like our industry doesn't get taken seriously a lot. For example, or should I share that? No, that's tea. That's tea. That's another day, okay? Good tea, my tea, no one else's tea. It's not drama, but I don't think I should share that right now. But for example, what can I share? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, just be supportive, okay? That's all that I can end that one with. Okay, my next one. Oh my goodness, this one gets me. Non-refundable deposits that are $5. You know what? Non-refundable deposits that are even $20. What are you thinking? A non-refundable deposit is supposed to be there to make sure that somebody is taking your time seriously. A non-refundable deposit is there so that when someone pays that non-refundable deposit, you know that they are showing up. If you have a non-refundable deposit that is $20 or less, you are risking that client not showing up. You are risking that client no showing you. My non-refundable deposit is $50. The reason I have this is because nobody wants to lose $50. If, per se, your appointment time doesn't work out for you, I will let you transfer that happily. You can move that to a different appointment slot. But if I'm running the risk of you no showing me, I want to make sure that I'm covering my butt, because I know through experience, if I want to say, which I have, and clients won't listen to this, but if I have like, basically one of my policies is if you no show me, I will charge you for 100% of that appointment. And I have had this happen. I'll give you some of this tea. I have had this happen where I had a lash lift client come in for book a lash lift, and I don't have non-refundable deposits on my lash lifts for whatever reason. Like that just slipped my mind. For the non-refundable deposit, essentially, because I didn't charge her something, she just straight up no-showed me. So what I did was I created an invoice for 100% of her appointment, and I sent that to her, I want to say 30 times. I knew she wasn't going to pay it, because when you take people's credit card numbers on file, sometimes they just straight up cancel their credit card, or they'll like put a block and call their bank and say, this was not authorized, and then you'll get flagged as the business. So I just sent this invoice like 30 times to this client until I annoyed her enough. Yeah, she didn't pay it, but I had lots of fun sending her that invoice over and over again, because no showing someone is the rudest thing you could do. Like that is just an ick in itself. But anyway, if you're going to have a non-refundable deposit, please make sure it is some sort of hefty amount that someone will definitely not want to lose that. $5 is less than a Starbucks. Quite literally is less than a Starbucks. So if you feel like, oh, well, I've only paid $5 for that non-refundable deposit, now my friend wants me to go out tonight and I'll probably be hungover tomorrow morning. So instead of going and paying $150 for my full set of lashes, I'll just skip out because it's only $5. I just won't show up. That is the thought process behind the client, okay? Okay, my next ick today is deposits every time you book. That drives me nuts. I used to have a nail tech that every single time I had an appointment, she would ask me for a deposit every single time. And then when I paid my fee for my nails, sometimes she would forget that I paid the deposit. So I'd be paying an extra $30 on top. And I would have to say like, hey, shouldn't it be $30 less because I paid last time? She'd go, oh, yeah, I forget. Please don't charge people deposits every single time. Build a rapport with your clients so that your clients show up every time. Don't just have like a number cash fee like dangling over their head to make sure that they show up for you. And my last ick of the episode today is not having consultations for your clients. And if you are this lash tech, please learn about consultations and mapping and customizable things for everybody's eye shapes, because I will tell you, I truly think that it's one of the things that make me and set me apart from other lash techs in my city. Because when I get new clients and I ask them like the 6 key questions to every single consultation, when I ask them these questions, they're like, oh my goodness, I don't know. I've never been asked these questions before. And that blows my mind. If I'm going in for like a makeup service, if they don't ask me what I like and dislike, oh my goodness, I'm scared. I am scared that I'm not going to like my makeup. So again, like asking questions and making sure you can complete a service that you know that client is going to love, so that she will come back to you over and over again. So those are my icks for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't offend anybody. Maybe you guys have the same icks as me, and maybe you got a chuckle through this episode. So if you don't already subscribe to the YouTube, please do so. The same with Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you're not a subscriber, please make sure you do. Like I said, I have some of the juiciest episodes coming up that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So thank you so much. If you like today's video on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. If you like today's episode or you like the pod in general, please give me a rating or a review. I appreciate it so much. So thank you so much. Happy freaking weekend, and I will see you next Friday at Lashy Hour. Bye.